Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's TechBan, and welcome back to this dramatic reading of Order and Chaos by Tatsuo, Chapter 24. Double Sun Power! Celestia blinked at her surroundings as the portal closed behind her. As best as she could describe it, she stood atop an asteroid floating within a nebula, with other asteroids visible in the distance, connected by roads of starlight. Light seemed to shine from everywhere, and energy flowed freely within the entire realm. She found herself spraying her wings, letting the currents of energy flow under them and between her feathers, as though the winds could carry her into the sky without effort on her part. To her surprise, she found herself gently lifting off, soaring through the incredible realm by pure will. When her surprise caused her will to falter, she felt herself starting to fall, but quickly regained her focus. As her flight stabilized, she pushed herself along by will from one floating spheroid of stone to another, gently exploring. She quickly found that there was very little to distinguish one floating stone from another beyond size. Some were small enough to catch between her hooves, while some were large enough to have cave systems she could glide through. Some had plants, some did not. But it was, at best generic scrub, with no real visual interest and less nutritional value. However, when she turned her gaze to the sky itself, she found herself breathless. During the time she had ruled alone, she had on occasion slowed the setting of the sun so that the colors of sunset could stain the night sky, dancing amongst the stars as the moon rose. It had been her intention to try and create a night sky as beautiful as Luna could using her own medium, as an apology for being a blight to Luna's plight by showing her she'd been watching. But the dance of pinks, greens, blues, and twilight, twinkling points of light, here made those efforts, which had been akin to the northern lights that had once shimmered over the lost Crystal Empire, look like hoof paintings of a foal that parents hung on the coal box. She hovered there, staring in awe as she took in the majesty of it all. This is what happens when nature is left to its own devices, a calm voice spoke up behind her. Forces uncontrolled create tapestry no imagination, mortal or otherwise, could conceive of. Celestia turned to the voice and saw golden light slowly coalescing before her in the shape of a golden humanoid woman, garbed in a regal ground of ancient design, featured sculpted yet delicate, and with an odd motherly look to her face. "Welcome to my realm, Princess Celestia," the woman greeted. "I am Erdea, Prince of Life and Infinite Energies." Celestia instinctively bowed, knowing she was in the presence of one eons more ancient than herself. "I am honored by this reception," she greeted warmly. "I must say, given how I arrived, I wasn't expecting..." She glanced around again, once more stunned by its beauty. "My boy is quite the handful, isn't he?" Erdea allowed. "Even more so since he became king instead of just heir to a prince." Celestia blinked in surprise. "You are his mother?" "Well, I mothered him," Adria corrected. "He was such an adorable tyke when he first arrived. I'd never seen life quite like him. Of course, Nocturnal would have it I grandmothered him." Celestia suppressed a giggle. She remembered times before Luna's fall began when she and her sister had competed over spoiling a particularly favored foal whom caught their eye. They probably ruined the line of platinum with their antics, if Bluebug was anything to judge. She quickly pulled her mind away from what was certainly to become muddled meanderings. "Discord said there was an artifact I had to acquire here. One which might contain one of the elements of harmony?" Madria nodded. "Yes, his game this time. He wanted to involve as many of us as possible, but Ramina, Azura, and Nocturnal and I strongly vetoed him involving anyone considered underage by your world standards, with exception for those magically strong enough to thrive in our realms. He would have ignored myself, Azura, and Nocturnal, but Ramina is his mate. She has her own ways of getting him to listen, her king or no." "What's a female could tame discord? Celestia marveled curiously. The Prince of Dreams and Nightmares, Medea explained. So that's why he was so insistent on involving Luna, Celestia muttered softly, biting her lower lip in concern. Now my moon was still a fresh wound in her sister's psyche, no matter how much the younger Alicorn claimed she was fine now. Celestia desperately wanted to be there for her, but didn't want to risk pushing her away by pushing too hard. You needn't worry too much, Medea offered comfortably, for Mina is probably the wisest of us all, having the most insight into the way the mind, mortal or otherwise, works. She's also the gentlest of us, unless provoked. Celestia nodded. Still, I hope you'll forgive me if I show unseemly haste when it comes to completing this part of the endeavor. Luna is very dear to me. To have her involved in this again so soon after, she bit her lip to silence her rambling tongue. Quite all right, Medea agreed. Tell me, as Princess of the Sun, have you ever been forced to deal with the scourge of unlife? Celestia raised an eyebrow. Zombies, ghouls, vampires, necromancers, liches, or blighted? Medea grinned warmly. You seem quite experienced in dealing with such creatures. Vampires, I find, can be reasoned with, and necromancers intimidate into compliance, Celestia explained. As for those that can't, and the rest... Reaching into her magic, she pulled out a massive morning star that glowed with a golden light. The spiked ball at the end of the chain made of crystallized sunfire. I find this an effective deterrent. Medea's grin widened. Quite an efficient weapon you have there. What do you call it? The Sun Scourge, Celestia answered. Not entirely accurate. It's a morning star, not a whip. But I was in an alliterative mood when I crafted it. Impressive, Medea praised. Reaching into the ether, she drew out a wide blade golden sword with a metal circle where the blade met the hilt, contained within a yellow star that pulsed endlessly. I enjoy my Dawnbreaker myself. Celestia stared at the weapon in awe. It's beautiful. It's much better in action, Medea promised. Shall we see which is more efficient against the undead blight? Celestia grinned, finding herself eager to put herself through her paces again after so long. You know where to find a ray supply? Medea's answering grin was vicious. Nymeria stared over the scuttling void at the scattered burning chunks of undead flesh of various sorts. Clenching her fists in rage, she screamed out, Discord, damn it, Ardrea! He won't! Medea sniped back. I just finished making those! Nymeria finished. Why did you even do this anyway? You were supposed to fight her! 1, I don't like you, Medea stated bluntly. 2, she needed to vent. 3, she gestured into the distance. The Drog Dread Deathlord, 5 times normal size, let a guttural roar as it charged. The other Drog surrounding it, scaling from normal size to its size, charged with it. Celestia stood there, her mane and tail literally aflame as her eyes glowed with her magic, letting off a winning battle cry that hadn't been heard since the Unification era. She lunged to meet the charge, the blaze of the Sun Scourge spinning over her head in a fiery halo that glowed brighter than the sun, even its light making the Drog flinch back. I had an excess of popcorn to work through after Discord's last game night, Medea concluded, popping a few kernels into her mouth. Want some? Nymeria glowed angrily at Medea for a time, then sighed and sat beside her. Gimme. Grabbing a handful, she began to munch. Ah, fun times. And the only reason I know how to pronounce the word Drog is because it is one of the games I play, and it is a bad guy. So when I say Drog, it's like, oh wait, that's those guys. Okay. Whew. Another one down. I'm trying to... oh, that was the wrong button. Hang on. I got this pulled up in the back... the story pulled up in the background right now. We have... let's see, this is 24, so we only have 11 chapters yet. We have... ooh, a couple of fun ones coming up. And then I still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next. At this point, I think I'm gonna do My Little Killing Machine. I might do You Can't Spell Slaughter Without Laughter. I don't know yet. I may do the first part of Sparkle in His Eye. And yes, I know it's a massive story, but I really am going to start breaking that one down. I figure if I do, like, as a game at a time, like, do a game, do another story, do a game, do another story, that would work. Because that one, all reality, until I get into the later games, I've only got a couple of voices I'll have to really get down. Ratchet, Twilight, and Clank. And Clank's last. That was horrible, probably, but hey, at least I got a shot. In the meantime, folks, my name's Tech Bandit. Hopefully, I'll get this wrapped up in time for BrownieCon. We'll get this started and get the next one rolling. Till then, I wish you good luck, good hunting, and safe travels. See you in the next one, my banditos.